Good evening, my friends, it's Krebs here, and welcome to another episode of World of Tanks. I thought we'd actually start up a series almost akin to what I've been doing in War Thunder. In War Thunder, I've been taking a look at planes from low tiers up to high tiers and just giving people general impressions of what they're like. And I know I've already been sort of doing this with World of Tanks, but I've been sort of doing it like randomly, just going with any sort of tank. And I thought we'd have a bit of structure and we'd start from low tier tanks and work our way up. Hopefully Krebs can level as fast as he produces videos, but yeah, it really depends. The only frustrating thing about World of Tanks is that you can't you don't have like all your tanks unlocked as you progress through the tiers. I mean, yeah, technically you do have your tanks unlocked, but chances are you might sell off your tank and then you have to buy it again. It's not like you can just automatically have it once you've purchased it. You've got it there. You can't sell it like War Thunder. You've always got the plane there once you've bought it. Yada yada yada. But yeah, that's World of Tanks for you. So depending on how these videos turn out, maybe I will be repurchasing lower tier tanks for my other trees, my other countries. So anyway, Krebs, what are you going to be doing for us today? What will you be looking at? Well, if you haven't noticed, I'm looking at a freaking Chinese tank. We've actually stolen this Renault NC-31 all the way from China. In fact, it's probably been imported all the way from France and then taken to China, and now we've got it right here on the Krebs channel. So yeah, we'll be taking a look at some lower tier Chinese tanks to start off with in this episode, specifically the tier 1 tank, and then so on and so forth. We'll work our way on up. The next video will be tier 2 and whatever. Okay, so what should I compare this tank to? A lot of people might be inclined to compare this tank to the other tier 1s, but to be honest, I'm only going to compare it to one other tier 1 tank, and that is going to be the French Renault. The French Renault, let me get the exact right word here, the Renault FT. I've got some fact sheets in front of me here, just so to make it easier as we describe these tanks. So how are we going to start this off with? Well, the Renault NC-31, the one for the French, is based off of the FT, and let's go through some actual specifics. So, as you can see over here, the NC-31 has 110 hit points, whilst the French one has 115 hit points, so that goes up by an extra 5 hit points on the French tank. Not that that's a huge difference. I mean, whoa, 5 HP, blah, blah, blah. But then again, you know, 5 HP in lower tiers, that could always make a big difference in the world. Signal range for the radios is exactly the same. They're equipped with the RE52. Mind you, this is going to be all the top values of the tank. We're not going to be using the stock tank values. It's going to be all the higher ones. Speed limit for the NC-31 is 25 kilometers per hour, whilst the French comparison is 21 kilometers per hour. So this one has the advantage of that. It doesn't really make sense if you ask me when we get through this a little bit farther in. You'll see why in a few seconds. Because, for example, the weight of the NC-31 is 6.5 tons and the French one is 4.8 tons. So a tank that is heavier has a higher maximum speed, but at the same time the engine that it has on it has only 75 horsepower, whilst the Renault for the French has 100 horsepower. Can somebody explain that to me? How does something have a higher maximum speed when it's a heavier tank and it has a weaker engine? Gameplay adjustments? Balances, maybe? Maybe. The crews are exactly the same. All you've got is the commander, who effectively operates as the gunner, radio operator, and the loader all in one. This guy is a multitasker. In fact, he's probably a woman. Why does he have the ability to make a sandwich at the same time? I have no idea. You've also got the driver, and that's the same for the both Renaults. Armor-wise, the hull armors are exactly the same for the NC-31, the FT. 16 millimeters on the front, side, and back, whilst the turret is exactly the same as well. 22 meters on the front and sides with 16 millimeters on the back. So if you're ever coming up against one of these little tractors in a match, try to avoid hitting the turret, because that's going to be the hardest place to penetrate. You know, but then again, how hard is it to freaking penetrate a tank in tier 1? You're going to be penetrating it no matter what. 22 millimeters of armor. I bet I could probably punch through that with my weakest punch. Yeah. Engine power, as we were saying, 75 horsepower for the NC-31, whilst 100 horsepower for the French tank. And again, another point that doesn't make sense. Traverse speed for this tank, the NC-31, is 38 degrees per second, whilst the French have 30 degrees per second. Again, I think this is a balance thing. I guess the tank is meant to be more agile based off of being heavier and also having a weaker engine. Again, please explain that to me. Fire chance exactly the same at 20% chance of that happening. They're both gasoline operated tanks. The turret has a maximum view range of 280 millimeters. Woo, 280 meters on both tanks. Turret traverse exactly the same, 34 degrees per second. And also, the traverse arc is at 360 degrees. Why are you throwing that in, Krebs? That is obviously a totally rotatable turret. I don't know, I'm reading off this data sheet here. Armament-wise, damage, the NC-31 actually has an advantage over the Renault. So I think if, the FT, sorry. So I guess if anything to be said, the FT has more horsepower to work off of, but the this one is meant to be more agile, and it also has better armament. How does that make sense? Who knows? But what happens is that the NC-31 on standard armor piercing rounds with the top turret, which is this one that I have equipped right here, this 37mm, you've got 36 HP per shot with 40mm penetration, whilst the FT at maximum has 27 HP per shot and 46 millimeters of penetration. So the FT, the French one, has more penetration, less damage. Okay. Rate of fire for the FT is actually higher, but the damage per minute is actually on the side of the Chinese tank. The Chinese tank over here is going to have more damage per minute in comparison to the French tank. In fact, if you want to know the exact specifics, 939.24 health points per minute for the Chinese tank, whilst the French has 771 HP per minute. So you're going to be getting more damage out with this tank over time. Okay, apart from that, nothing really to say else about it. It looks like the French tank also has better camo values, has more rounds that it can hold, but you know, in the end, you're going to be working with about 150 rounds on the Chinese tank. 150 rounds per match is going to be plenty to work with. You're going to be dishing out lots of damage, killing low tiers left and right, so no worries there. Let's actually go ahead and jump on into some matches, methinks. Let's go for it. Okay, so Krebs was just spewing and regurgitating a bunch of nice facts at you about the tanks. Apparently we have a 95% chance of winning. That's a load of rubbish. The only reason is because all these people are brand new scrubs. We are playing a pubby match just now. You can notice that the guy below me in the T1, he's got 11,000 games, so he's about the only other experienced person. Oh, they've got a tractor on their team who has played a little bit of games. 5K. Yeah, there's not that many. Yeah, there's not that many going on. So it's a pubby match. All right. Where will Krebs go on this map? Well, to be honest with you guys, I love going on top of the hill in the center of this map. Mines that we're playing on. Because once you get on there, you have a tactical vantage point where you can actually just shoot at anyone below you, and a lot of times puppies will be so scared when they are getting shot from top side. It's just as if shells are being rained down from the heavens. They get so confused and bewildered. They get very frazzled. So here we go, look at that. So the NC-31 FT-17 right there, two very similar tanks. As I was saying, the NC-31 being based off of the FT. Okay, so let's get on up into the middle. We've got a few guys going onto that side. One of our teammates has already been shot at. It's only a due result because of this is a pubby match. Look at that. This guy has obviously some sort of I have no idea. Post-traumatic stress disorder, if he keeps on shooting all the time. Okay. Gotta love these puppy matches, these little troll matches. Alright, so we got some T1s just down the way over there. They're trying to come up, but overall it looks kind of bright for us because we've got the advantage of getting on top of the hill here. And let's see what we can make out of this. MS1, he's going to be sluggish to move, and look at that, he's getting absolutely torn apart. Well done, teammates. Okay, so I think that's just... it's kind of safe to say that the middle has been cleared up. I imagine the majority of their team is going to be going down along this left-hand flank. No one spotted on... or should I say the right-hand flank. Nobody spotted on the left-hand flank at the moment where the island is. Maybe it's just due to view range, I have no idea. Maybe even signal range. You can see the signal range on the bottom right-hand map, by the way, guys. You can see that big, nice bar, circle. Shows you exactly how much signal range I've got. Okay, so MS1 right here. And he's gonna still be running. He's trying to shoot me, but he's got no luck at all. And there we go. One little kill, one puppy down. In a way, I almost feel guilty killing puppies like this. You know, they just want to enjoy the game. They just want to get into the game and they're just getting destroyed right away. What kind of accomplishment is it to kill somebody who's in their obviously infantile stages of World of Tanks? Alright, so we got MS1 down here. We can surprise him. Yeah. Is he gonna start focusing on me? Nope. Nope. He didn't even know what was hitting him. And now let's go to the T1, who is hiding behind a bush somewhere. We'll just fire into it. I think it's somewhere around there. Oop, that was a miss. Oop, there he goes. Hello. Penetration, 0 damage. I imagine that must have been a critical of some sort. Where are my teammates? Oh. Surprisingly, we're still 6 for 6 here. Come on. Nice, well done. Well done, tractor. We've got somebody coming on up behind. An L tractor. A LOL tractor. So I think it's time that we just do a little bit of a force in numbers. There we go. I think I'm starting to communicate with my guys on the other side of the map. So who wants to get shot first? I don't mind it. Ouch! Almost looked like my teammate. Yeah, my teammate did get shot there. One thing I'm worried about is where is the rest of the team? Are they all camping over there? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna swing around. I'm just gonna head down along this side, go down along the right hand side of the map, see if anyone's there, clear them on up. Yeah. It's just a big sweep, really. So we know one of them might be around here somewhere. I'm just worried about somebody shooting me from the side. Okay, so I'm just gonna run for cover along here. If you look on the map, I think this is part of the XVM mod, but you can actually see where people were previously. Yep, right there. No. And T1 is going to be going down soon. Penetration. Come on, don't damage me. Well, maybe he was a bit smart. I guess he wanted to get, like, aim a bit better, so at least he knows that you can aim in this game. Not to put him down or anything. But I think he should have tried to do some, like, last-minute desperation, sort of. Or last-second desperation. You just fire, try to do as much damage as you can before you get killed. Is there gonna be anyone around here? What do they have left? Yeah, just complete puppies. No people with experience left on their team. Maybe they'll be around here. Kind of by myself. LOL tractor behind me, over there. Okay. Yeah, I have a feeling They might just be held up in their base. They're afraid, I guess. They're afraid. I mean, that's his natural tendency. Sometimes you just come into a game and you're like, oh, what do I do? I'll just camp in my base. I'll just sit right here where I got big rocks in front of me. Oop. Hello. Okay. Can you see me? Ah, I have no idea. You can surely see me. One shot. Two shot. Right in the kisser. That was right in the ammo rack. Instant blow up. And there we go, guys. So, puppy match. Me and the more experienced guy getting 9 kills between each other. Wow. First class. First class in a puppy tank. Yeah, that's a big achievement. Well done, Krebs. Well done. Okay, guys, so I hope you enjoyed this little bit of a factual episode. That is the Tier 1 Chinese tank. In the next episode, we'll take a look at the Vickers Marquis. So until then, I will catch you all later.
Right, here we go. 3, 2,